Hello everyone. Today we will discuss syllabus of paper 5, General Studies paper 4, Ethics, Integrity and Aptitude. This paper will include questions to test the candidate's aptitude and approach to issues relating to integrity, probity in public life, and his problem-solving approach to various issues and conflicts faced by him dealing with society. Questions may utilize the case study approach. To determine these aspects, the following broad areas will be covered: ethics and human interface, essence, determinants, and consequences of ethics in human actions, dimensions of ethics, ethics in private and public relations, human values, lessons from the lives and teachings of great leaders, reformers and administrators, role of family, society, and educational institutions in inculcating values. Attitude, content, structure, function, its influence and relation with thought and behavior, moral and political attitudes, social influence and persuasion. Third one is aptitude and foundational values for civil service: integrity, impartiality, and non-partisanship, objectivity, dedication to public service, empathy, tolerance, and compassion towards the weaker sections. Fourth one is emotional intelligence, concepts and their utilities and application in administration and governance. Fifth one is contributions of moral thinkers and philosophers from India and the world. Sixth one is public or civil service values and ethics in public administration, status and problems, ethical concerns and dilemmas in government and private institutions, laws, rules, regulations, and concerns as sources of ethical guidance, accountability and ethical governance, strengthening of ethical and moral values in governance, ethical values in international relations and funding, corporate governance. Next is probity in governance, concept of public service, philosophical basis of governance and probity, information sharing and transparency in government, rights to information, codes of ethics, codes of conduct, citizens' charters, work culture, quality of service delivery, utilization of public funds, challenges of corruption. Next is case studies on the above issues. Okay. So we will discuss the paper 4, ethics paper. Ethics papers are past year paper. Okay. The time allowed is 3 hours. Maximum marks are 250. Okay. There are 12 questions. 12 questions are 12 questions are now. There are 12 questions divided into 2 sections and printed in both Hindi and in English. All questions are compulsory. The number of marks carried by a question or part is indicated against it. Answers must be written in the medium authorized in the admission certificate, which must be clearly stated which must be stated clearly on the cover of this question come answer booklet in the space provided. No marks will be given for answers written in a medium other than the authorized one. Keep the word limit indicated in the questions in mind. Okay. Any page or portion of the page left blank in the question come answer QCA booklet must be clearly struck off. Okay. Section A. How many questions will be there in section A? Okay, there will be 6 questions. Okay. Question 1. A. What do you understand by moral integrity and professional efficiency in the context of corporate governance in India? Illustrate with suitable examples. Okay. Answer in 150 words. Okay. B. 1B. International aid is an accepted form of helping resource challenged nations. Comment on ethics in contemporary international aid. Support your answer with suitable examples. Okay. Second question, 2A. Corruption is the manifestation of the failure of core values in the society. Corruption is the manifestation of of the failure of core values in the society. In your opinion, what measures can be adopted to uplift the core values in the society? Answer in 150 words. Okay. 2B. In the context of work environment, differentiate between coercion and undue influence with suitable examples. Okay. Third question. Given below are three quotations of great thinkers. What do each of these quotations convey to you in the present context? Okay. 3A. The simplest acts of kindness are by far more powerful than a thousand heads bowing in prayer. Mahatma Gandhi. B. Third B. To awaken the people, it is the women who must be awakened. Once she is on the move, the family moves, the village moves, the nation moves. Jawaharlal Nehru. Third C. Do not hate anybody because that hatred that comes out from you must, in the long run, come back to you. If you love, that love will come back to you. Completing the circle. Swami Vivekananda. Fourth question is, fourth A. What really matters for success, character, happiness, and lifelong achievements is a definite set of emotional skills, your EQ, not just purely cognitive abilities that are measured by conventional IQ tests. Do you agree with this view? Give reasons in support for your answer. Fourth B. Differentiate moral intuition from moral reasoning with suitable examples. Okay. Fifth A. In concerns a moral reliable guide when compared to laws, rules, and regulations in the context of ethical decision making. Is conscience a moral reliable guide when compared to laws, rules, and regulations in the context of ethical decision making? Discuss. Fifth B. Probity is essential for an effective system of governance and socio-economic development. Discuss. Sixth A. What were the major teachings of Guru Nanak? Explain their relevance in contemporary world. Okay. Sixth B. Explain the term social capital. How does it enhance good governance? Okay. So within six major questions, we want to attempt almost 13 questions. Okay. 13 sub questions. Okay. Within 6 questions, we want to attempt around 13 sub questions. Okay. And each question carries 10 marks. Okay. Next, we will move to section B. Question 7. Okay. You are working as an executive in a nationalized bank for several years. One day, one of your close colleagues tells you that her father is suffering from heart disease and needs surgery immediately to survive. She also tells you that she has no insurance and the operation will cost about rupees 10 lakh. You are also aware of the fact that her husband is no more and that she is from a lower middle class family. You are empathetic about her situation. However, apart from expressing your sympathy, you do not have the resources to fund her. A few weeks later, you ask her about the well being of her father, and she informs you about his successful surgery and that he is recovering. She then confides in you that the bank manager was kind enough to facilitate the release of rupees 10 lakh from a dormant account of someone to pay for the operation with a promise that it should be confidential and be repaid at the earliest. She has already started paying it back and will continue to do so until it is all returned. A. What are the ethical issues involved? B. Evaluate the behavior of the bank manager from an ethical point of view. C. How would you react to the situation? So this question should be answered in 250 words. It's a 20 marker question. Okay. Question number 8. A landslide occurred in the middle of the night on 20th July 2023 in a remote mountain hamlet approximately 60 kilometers from Uttarkashi. The landslide was caused by torrential rains and has resulted in large-scale destruction of property and life. You, as a district magistrate of that area, have rushed to the spot with a team of doctors, NGOs, media, and police, along with numerous support staff to oversee the rescue operations. A man came running to you with a request for urgent medical help for his pregnant wife who is in labor and is losing blood. You directed your medical team to examine his wife. They return and convey to you that this woman needs blood transfusion immediately. Upon inquiry, you come to know that a few blood collection bags and blood group test kits are available in the ambulance accompanying your team. Few people of your team have already volunteered to donate blood. Being a physician who has graduated from AIMS, you know that blood for transfusion needs to be procured only through a recognized blood bank. Your team members are divided on this issue. Some favor transfusion, while some others oppose it. The doctors in the team are all ready to facilitate the delivery, provided they are not penalized for transfusion. Now you are in a dilemma. Your professional training emphasizes on prioritizing service to humanity and saving lives of individuals. A. What are the ethical issues involved in this case? B. Evaluate the options available to you being district magistrate of the area. Answering 250 words, it's a 20 mark question. Okay. Question number 9. At 9 p.m. on Saturday evening, Rishika, a joint secretary, was still engrossed in her work in her office. Her husband Vikram is an executive in an MNC and frequently out of town in connection with his work. Their two children, aged 5 and 3, are looked after by their domestic helper. At 9:30 p.m., her superior, Mr. Suresh, calls her and asks her to prepare a detailed note on an important matter to be discussed in a meeting in the ministry. She realizes that she will have to work on Sunday to finish the additional task given by her superior. She reflects on how she had looked forward to this posting and had worked long hours for months to achieve it. She had kept the welfare of people uppermost in discharging her duties. She feels that she has not done enough justice to her family and she has not fulfilled her duties in discharging essential social obligations. Even as recently as last month, she had to leave her sick child in the nanny's care as she had to work in the office. Now she feels that she must draw a line beyond which her personal life should take precedence over her professional responsibilities. She thinks that there should be reasonable limits to the work ethics such as punctuality, hard work, dedication to duty, and selfless service. A. Discuss the ethical issues involved in this case. B. Briefly describe at least 4 laws that have been enacted by the government with respect to providing a healthy, safe, and equitable working environment for women. C. Imagine you are in a similar situation. What suggestions would you make to mitigate such working conditions? Answer in 250 words. It's a 20 mark question. Okay. Next question 10. Vinod is an honest and sincere IAS officer. Recently, he has taken over as managing director of the State Road Transport Corporation, his sixth transfer in the past 3 years. His peers acknowledge his vast knowledge, affability, and uprightness. The chairman of the State Road Transport Corporation is a powerful politician and is a very close to the chief minister. Vinod comes to know about many alleged irregularities of the corporation and the high-handedness of the chairman in financial matters. A board member of the corporation belonging to the opposition party meets Vinod and hands over a few documents along with a video recording in which chairman appears to be demanding bribe for placing a huge order for the supply of QMR tires. Vinod recollects the chairman expediting clearing of pending bills of QMR tires. Vinod confronts the board member as to why he is shying away from exposing the chairman with the so-called solid proof he has with him. The member informs him that the chairman refuses to yield to his threats. He adds that Vinod may earn recognition and public support if he himself exposes the chairman. Further, he tells Vinod that once his party comes to power, Vinod's professional growth would be assured. Vinod is aware that he may be penalized if he exposes the chairman and may be further be transferred to a distant place. He knows that the opposition party stands a better chance of coming to power in the forthcoming elections. However, he also realizes that the board member is trying to use him for his own political gains. As a conscientious civil servant, evaluate the options available to Vinod. B. In the light of the above case, comment upon the ethical issues that may arise due to the politicization of bureaucracy. Answer in 250 words. It's a 20-mark question. Okay. Next is 11th question. You have just been appointed as Additional Director General of Central Public Work Department. The chief architect of your division, who is your retire in 6 months, is passionately working on a very important project, the successful completion of which would earn him a lasting reputation for the rest of his life. A new lady architect, Seema, trained at Manchester School of Architecture, UK, joined as a senior architect in your division. During the briefing about the project, Seema made some suggestions which would not only add value to the project but would also reduce completion time. This has made the chief architect insecure, and he is constantly worried that all the credit will go to her. Subsequently, he adopted a passive and aggressive behavior towards her and has become disrespectful to her. Seema felt it as embarrassing as the chief architect left no chance of humiliating her. He would very often correct her in front of other colleagues and raise his voice while speaking to her. This continuous harassment has resulted in her losing confidence and self-esteem. She felt perpetually tensed, anxious, and stressed. She appeared to be in awe of him since he has had a long tenure in the office and has vast experience in the area of her work. You are aware of her outstanding academic credentials and career record in her previous organizations. However, you fear that this harassment may result in compromising her much needed contribution in this important project and may adversely impact her emotional well-being. You have also come to know from her peers that she is contemplating tendering her resignation. What are the ethical issues involved in the above case? B. What are the options available to you in order to complete the project as well as to retain Seema in the organization? C. What would be your response to Seema's predicament? What measures would you institute to prevent such occurrences from happening in your organization? Answering 250 words, it's a 20-mark question. Okay. 12th question. You hold a responsible position in a ministry in the government. One day in the morning, you received a call from the school of your 11-year-old son that you are required to come and meet the principal. You proceed to the school and find your son in the principal's office. The principal informs you that your son had been found wandering aimlessly in the grounds during the time classes were in the progress. The class teacher further informs you that your son has lately become a loner and did not respond to questions in the class. He had also been unable to perform well in the football trials held recently. You bring your son back from the school, and in the evening, you, along with your wife, try to find out the reasons for your son's changed behavior. After repeated cajoling, your son shares that some children had been making fun of him in the class as well as in the WhatsApp groups of the students by calling him stunted, duh, and a frog. She He tells you the names of a few children who are the main culprits, but pleads with you to let the matter rest. After a few days, during a sporting event where you and your wife have gone to watch your son play, one of your colleagues' son shows you a video in which students have caricatured your son. Further, he also points out to the perpetrators who were sitting in the stands. You purposefully walk past them with your son and go home. Next day, you find on social media a video denigrating you, your son, and even your wife, stating that you engaged in physical bullying of children on the sports field. The video became viral on social media. Your friends and colleagues began calling you to find out the details. One of your juniors advised you to make a counter video giving the background and explaining that nothing had happened on the field. You in turn posted a video which you have captured during the sporting event, identifying the likely perpetrators who were responsible for your son's predicament. You have also narrated what has actually happened in the field and made attempts to bring out the adverse effects of the misuse of social media. A. Based on the advice, based on the above case study, discuss the ethical issues involved in the use of social media. Based on the above case study, discuss the ethical issues involved in the use of social media. B. Discuss the pros and cons of using social media by you to put across the facts to counter the fake propaganda against your family. This question should be answered in 250 words. It's a 20-mark question. So we have discussed the ethics syllabus and one of its question paper. Thank you so much for listening to me. We'll see you in next video. Thank you very much. Bye.